What is up, back here with another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my thoughts and opinions on if Mariah May will succeed in the WWE, or I'm blanking on what her WWE name is off the top of my head, but if I say Mariah May, a good chunk of people know who I'm talking about, the woman in my thumbnail, the woman that you're seeing right now if you're watching the YouTube, and all of that stuff. Her name will be in the again title below, but I would love to know your thoughts on her in general. If you think she will succeed in WWE, why not? And I'm not just saying NXT. I'm saying Raw, SmackDown, whenever she gets up there, because I think one day she will. I will fully admit, first time I ever heard about Mariah May was when she signed with AEW. And that was like 2 years ago, or within the last 2 years, and had no idea who she was before. I couldn't pick her out from the crowd, kind of deal. Like, I knew the name for about a couple of months before, but her feud, or to me, her most notable thing that she's done pre-WWE was her feud with Toni Storm. And granted, I don't watch AEW. I watch like the clips online that they post on their YouTube channel, and from what I've seen of those, whether it's a couple of minutes, like 2-3 minutes, or closer to 10, every time I've been, I mean this in a good way, sports entertained. And she, again, from what I've seen, can go in the ring. Like, she can hold her own in the ring, on the microphone, character work, kind of deal. And you, in some way, shape, or form, need all three to quote-unquote succeed in WWE. Kind of deal. As a wrestler, as a performer, kind of deal. But for myself personally, it's one of those things in NXT. Again, some people have said, oh, she went from one of the bigger feuds in AEW in recent memory to developmental, kind of deal, or from Wembley at, I think it was 50,000 people, to 200 in developmental. I, from like the business aspect, can understand why she would go to NXT, and the fact that they, right now in the women's division, need name power. I don't know for sure if star power is the right wording, so her going in NXT, fine, I'm happy with it, to be honest. But yeah, I think that in NXT she will succeed. In or on Raw, on SmackDown, I think she will succeed there as well, because again, whether she plays more of the good guy or the bad guy, she is entertaining. I think I enjoy her more as the bad guy than the good guy, kind of deal. I don't want to say she feels more comfortable, but it's one of those things that I would not be surprised if on the main roster, when she gets there, I apologize, will hold the Raw SmackDown Women's Championship. Would not be surprised if or when she wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. So when it comes to career accolades, I can definitely see her succeeding. Match quality, kind of deal, I can see her doing pretty well there. Kind of deal with, again, off the top of my head, pretty much anybody on the main roster. Again, off the top of my head. But yeah, will she be successful? I think so. Again, I've only seen a very limited amount of her in NXT, or in AEW, and she spent like a month and a half, give or take, in NXT so far. But yeah, it's one of those things. I'm looking forward to her versus, when I say obviously Stephanie Vacure and Julia, they just like missed, or Mariah May, her WWE name, whatever that is, again, I'm blanking on it, would just missed them by a couple of weeks in the case of Stephanie, like a month in the case of Julia, kind of deal. But yeah, when it comes to Mariah May, can definitely see her being successful. I'm not saying that she's the next face of the women's division in WWE, because I don't know, I think Roxanne Perez and she's mid-20s. I think she's like 25, 26 time period, so still really young in life. But yeah, for myself, I think so. Again, I'm looking forward to actually being able to watch her on TV, or when I say on TV, I mean on Netflix up here in Canada, regularly, and all of that stuff. If you think she will be successful, would love to know why down in the comments below. If you do not, again, would love to know why down in the comments below. Hit the like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Of course, you don't want to, or you don't have to if you don't want to. I apologize, but it would mean a lot to myself if you did. Treat yourself as well as possible, mentally, emotionally, and physically, because you deserve the absolute best.